we're talking about the Olympics now, right? 10 or 11 countries, Canada being one of the top teams, and Errol is just going to be one person from Jamaica. How do you think you'll fare?
I've gone out there, I've competed against them now for, a couple of years. I know where I stand, I can be just as fast as anyone out there on any given day, so I feel like I have just as good a chance to win as anybody else that steps out there, that day. I feel like I just gotta, keep my head on and go out there and take it one run at a time and, really put the hammer to it.
Gates drop, you can see Errol Kerr, Darren Rolfs, neck and neck, trying to get out into the early lead. It looks like shoulder to shoulder, a bit of contact there. Errol Kerr making his move on the inside in red.
Kerr is in command.
Look at him working that terrain. Kerr boxes Rolfs out. He holds his ground, knifing that left-hander. Look at that perfect execution.
It will be Kerr.
What an amazing race. That is skier cross racing at its finest.
They definitely don't understand that it's the World Cup schedule and producing good results in the World Cup schedule, and then approximately January 25th, FIS, who runs all the ski races in the world, they will just say, okay, these 32 guys are going to the Olympics.
I feel no matter what country you're representing, you're still out there racing, you want to win.
First time skiing ever was on Donner Summit. My mom was pulling me around with her ski pole. I was at the age of 4 years old, and went on like that for probably about, I think it was that whole season. It wasn't until I was 5 years old that I was brave enough to ride chairlifts. So I didn't start actually sliding down the snow-covered mountains until I was 5. Growing up, I raced BMX, and I had a BMX bike, so I just rode BMX all day long. And watched a couple of ski crosses. It was starting to get more and more popular, and I'd watched it and watched the best people in the world, and I was like, I can do that. It didn't seem that difficult to me. And so went out and tried my first skier cross, and did well at it, and kind of was like, well, here we go. Let's see where this can take us.
Ripping, rocking, start rolling.
I guess it's the closest thing I could see to flying. If humans could fly, it'd be like flying. I mean, you don't have a motor, there's nothing else, there's just the wind in your face, and you are just flying down a snow-covered mountain.
Skiing is so far away from this culture. I can go to anyone in the ski world in the US or Europe, or I was at World Championships, you talk to journalists. They're generally excited about what I'm doing and are behind me 110%.
Because USA is huge, and Jamaica is all of 3 people when it comes to ski racing. The president, Richard Solms, myself, and Errol. I really think it'll be very similar to what the bobsled team did in 1988, where it pulled in a whole new market of the Winter Olympics. But what Errol's going to do is he's one of the main competitors in that event, and so he's going to get a lot more publicity, not just the novelty, but that he's so good.
Well, he just has such talent, and has such finesse, and he has a lot of style. And I think he brings that with him into the ski cross course and onto the alpine racing hill.
Following the break, we'll peer into the loving relationship of Errol and Homie.
Do you want me to remove the stick out of your or are you going to do it yourself?
And why did Errol choose Homie to be his head coach?
I was like, this is so simple. He has rocket ships.